He gave me the giggles.
That was fun. Hi, everybody. So today I would like to talk to you about volunteering. So you may ask, well, what is volunteering? Well, according to John Wilson, volunteering is any activity that is freely given to benefit another person, group, or cause. He is the author of the article Volunteering in the Annual Review of Sociology. Now, what I would like you to do for me is just take a moment and picture a homeless person. Somebody living on the street. They don't have any source of income, they don't have any source of food, they don't have any real place to stay. Where do they go and what do they do? Well, a lot of these people rely on volunteer services. They rely on services that come to them that are staffed by volunteers. Because a lot of these different groups and organizations, they don't get as much funding as they need. So a lot of them do rely on volunteer hours to keep themselves going. Now, imagine that the only source of comfort that these homeless people get are from these resources that they go to. Now, you would want them to be helped, right? Now, imagine you're that homeless person. Wouldn't you want somebody to help you? So, these services are vital to them, like I was saying. So, what I fully believe is that volunteering is something that everybody should do. I believe it helps the person that the services are going out to. I believe it helps society, and I believe it helps the volunteer as well. And since I am going to be a clinical therapist, serving the community and being part of the community are something I believe strongly in because that's what I'm going to be doing. That's important to me. Every one of us is part of the local community, and we all should play our part. And we also never know when we will be the ones that need help. And a lot of people might not even be aware that other people that they know need help. You might have a family or a friend or a neighbor that's struggling, that you volunteering your time might actually help inadvertently without you ever even knowing. Because we all know how people are struggles. So like I said, volunteering helps people. It shouldn't be something that others assume that somebody else is doing. Like, you should not just assume, oh, there's other people volunteering. I don't need to. Well, if everybody thinks that, then nobody's going to volunteer. We're going to have a decrease in volunteers. So we all need to play a part. We all need to be conscientious of the fact that even if you don't have much to offer, you can still offer your time. A lot of people have been down and out. We all know what that's like. We all know what it's like to want a helping hand if it's possible. So, like I said, you may not be able to donate money, but everybody can donate time. You know, a few hours a week, or even a month, or even so many months. It really doesn't matter because all that accumulates if enough people do it to help people. So, like I said, not only does volunteering help people that are receiving the services, but it also helps society as well. Because we should be the best society members that we can be, the best members of our community that we can be. We should want to care. And local society and community wouldn't exist if not for people taking part in it, people keeping the place, people helping. You need to pull their weight, is basically it. We should want to give other people the best life possible for them that we could give them, even if we don't know them. We shouldn't have to know a person in order to care. So like I said, helping others does not just help the people receiving the services. It doesn't just help society, it also gives benefits to those that are helping as well. As told to us by Stephen Meyer and Lois Stutzer, authors of the article, Is Volunteering Rewarding in Itself?, they enlighten us that volunteering constitutes one of the most important pro-social activities, and they also give us these words from Aristotle, who Aristotle said, helping others is the way to individual well-being. And I really love that quote because it really states a lot about volunteering in and of itself. Also, based on a study by the U.S. Office of Research and Policy Department, volunteering has a wide array of benefits that it offers not only to society, not only to people receiving the benefits, but mainly to the volunteer as well. They are now doesn't want to fall. Stronger societies, help strengthen our societies. greater health and happiness for the volunteer because they're getting the satisfaction of helping other people. Lower mortality rates. People that volunteer actually live longer because their lives have more satisfaction and they have more meaning, which leads into this one. You have a greater sense of purpose when you volunteer, especially for people that are older, because as you retire, you might lose that sense of purpose, and the sense of purpose actually keeps people going in their lives. Another aspect of it are you have less stress in your lives because you're helping others. You also have a reduced risk of disease because you're helping others. And lastly, you have less in depression, or you can actually have your depression depleted altogether because simply you're helping other people. Now, I also want to note that the most benefits were shown to people that were volunteering out of no sense of obligation at all. And what I mean by obligated volunteering is, say you are a parent with a child in school and the school needs help with some event or something, and you feel obligated because your child is attending there to go help and donate your time. That's what I mean by obligated volunteering. The most benefits like this are when you have no obligation whatsoever, when you're just doing it out of the kindness of your heart with no other extra need there. So, as you can clearly see, volunteering helps everyone involved in the process, and I firmly believe that volunteering helps the people that receive the services, it helps society, and it helps the person that's volunteering as well. And because of this, I feel that everybody should volunteer. To illustrate this, first I told you how it helps people, second I told you how it helps society, and third I told you how it helps the person volunteering as well. No one wants to be the homeless person living on the street. No one wants to be in that situation, but fortunately, every single one of us can be the person that helps them in some way, shape, or form, even with just a little bit of time. So I hope that listening to me today has helped you maybe think about volunteering a little bit of your valuable time, because I know it's precious, but it's much easier to give up than any type of money or anything like that, and these services need it. So thank you very much for listening to me today.